decided to do a Top 5 Wednesday. It's been a little bit since I did a Top 5 Wednesday video. I saw this topic earlier today. It's the top 5 books that you read pre-Booktube, like before you were on Booktube. I'm pretty sure I saw it on Thoughts on Toe's channel this morning, and I was like, oh my god, this is a great topic, I should probably do it. I'm pretty sure Thoughts on Toe also like runs it now, so I'm going to put a link down to all the information down below. It's been that long since I've done one of these. But yeah, I went to my shelf and just kind of grabbed off some books. I didn't pick books that I talk about a lot on this channel, like the Dave Levitan books that I read in high school or anything like that. Because I talk about it all the time. Although I do talk about one of these books quite a lot, actually. Well, yeah, ish. Shatterglass by Tamora. This book is in the Circle Open series. It is the follow-up to the Circle of Magic series. I do talk about the Circle of Magic series a lot, but I don't necessarily talk about this particular book. This book follows Trissander, and Triss is just one of my favorite characters in the series. I just feel like she goes through a lot in the early books, and in this point in the story, Triss is trying to learn academic magic. She doesn't want people to know that she has storm magic, battle magic. She just wants to learn academic magic and be a normal mage, I guess. And some murders are happening in this book, and Triss has to work with a new mage that she finds to figure out who's doing these murders. And yeah, it's a pretty cool book. I really like this one. Probably one of my favorites in the series. Of the Circle Open books that I've read, it's definitely in my top 2. So yeah, I really like this book a lot. Twitches, Building a Mystery. I read the Twitches books when I was very, very young. I was very excited when Twitches got turned into a movie, even though it was very drastically different than the books. What Disney did was very different from the books, but then also kind of kept the heart of the characters, I felt like, so I liked it. I actually really like those movies. I didn't finish the series when I was a kid. I really want to finish the series. I've picked up some of the books more recently, last year, and read some more of them on the channel and reviewed them. But there's some that I've read them all out of order, and it's just a mess, and I really just need to own all of them or like get them all from the library, but Chicago Public Library System doesn't have them. So, but yeah, I really love the series. Twins, witches. Like, what's not to like? I love books for twins and witches. I can name like 4 different ones right now, actually. Yeah, that's like a thing. But yeah, I really, really like this series from what I've read of it so far, and I really do need to finish it. Kitty in the Midnight Hour. I only read this book and one other book that I got from the library in this series. Kitty is a DJ, a late night DJ, and Kitty is also a werewolf. Werewolf named Kitty. Kitty was such a badass character when I read her in like middle school, high school. Chris read her in the library. Like, I was all about this character. I was about the plot line of the story. I like this it's basically supernatural creatures call her on this late night radio show asking for advice, just for someone to talk to or whatever. And I just love her. I loved Kitty. I don't know if I would like the series as much now if I read it now compared to back then. But I kind of do want to like pick this up again and like try to find other books and read more in the series, because it is by Carrie Vaughn, and I've liked other things by Carrie Vaughn that I've read in the last couple of years. I like Steel by Carrie Vaughn was a really fantastic book that I liked. So yeah, I'm interested in reading that, more of the series. Twisted by Laurie Halse Anderson. Twisted is a book that I read for Battle of the Books. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain this was a Battle of the Books book. Yeah, because I remember getting quizzed on it, and that's the only reason I would have been quizzed on in high school. Because this book had a very interesting plot line with this character. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was just like a lot of stuff about like masculinity and like growing up and like coming of age, and there was a lot of things going on. It was pretty twisted, probably. I don't even remember this that much, but I just remember really enjoying it. And what I do remember about it is something that would spoil it, and it's the last line of the book. This is the book that has a last line that just has stuck out to me more than like anything. Like, when I look at my shelf, I think of the last line of this book. I think about the beginning of the book. I think about some of the fonts in this book. Like, it's just very interesting thing that Laurie Halse Anderson did with it. And the last line was really something that got you thinking. Okay, I think that was 4. I'm going to do 2 more because I have 2 other things here, and I just want to show you both of them, and they're both from college, so why not? First, Margaret, Atwood, The Edible Woman. I absolutely loved this. I loved Oryx and Crake. I just liked everything by Margaret Atwood that I've read so far. I haven't read The Handmaid's Tales, actually, but I read this. I read Oryx and Crake. and just love them. They're fantastic. This book in particular, I was interested in this book when I was in high school. Didn't get to read it until I was in college, and I just loved discussing it in class. This is a book that I really want to reread at some point. Right now I'm kind of on a queer lit and superhero kick, but like eventually I want to reread this book and actually have a discussion of it on my channel. I haven't read it in years, but this was something that I really enjoyed, and there was a lot of interesting discussion around it in our class because some people did not feel the same way about certain things in it and some of the imagery and certain symbolism, but I really, really enjoyed this. And just tossing it in there, blues poems. This was for one of my poetry classes. In poetry class, we only had to read maybe a few of the poems in this book for that forms of poetry class. And I kept it, and I read every single blues poem in this book. I have reread blues poems in this book. And I just really like them. I just love the blues poem form, even though my blues poems were not my best ones. Like, I wrote much better poems in that class than my blues poems, but I really like the form, and I kept this. So, yeah. I started Booktube literally a week after my first time watching a Booktube video, and that was just like the series of Blood of Olympus unboxings. So, everything from the Blood of Olympus by Rick Riordan coming out to now is Booktube, and this is all things that were from like high school and college for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video for whatever reason. You should like it. If you did, you should subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I talk about books, writing, music, movies, mostly just gay movies. And yeah, you should tell me what some of your favorite books that you read before you were involved in book vlogs, book writing, book community, or whatever. Like if you read something that was before you knew about Booktube or knew about like we're looking into book blogs and things like that, you tell me what your favorite one was down below, and I will see you all in my next video.